Welcome back, guys. It's another episode of hashtag the Pep Talk. I'm here with a special guest, even though you already know from last week, but yeah, I'm here with Kia, founder of Pennies to Pound podcast and the financial guru of this generation, essentially. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about all things finance. Obviously, as a young person myself, sometimes you overspend, sometimes you waste money. But yeah, man, I just wanted to get her in to talk about how to essentially save money. You know what I'm saying? Because I think I had a few questions from one of the viewers on how to save money while in uni, etc., etc. So yeah, so just wanna to get straight into it. How do you go about saving money practically? Like, how do I, as a person who's never saved before, let's say that I've never saved before, how do I start by saving practically? So I've got a part-time job. Let's say that I've got a part-time job. I earn about, let's say, £600 per month. How do I go about saving that effectively?
That's a good question. So I tell everyone that saving is a habit that you need to learn. Yeah. So like any kind of habit you can think that you have, you have to learn it somehow, right? You can't just wake up one day from never having saved before in your life and say, I'm going to start saving today and I'm going to be great at it. It's not going to happen because you're not in the habit of saving.
Yeah.
So what I always encourage people to do is to just start putting money away every day, because it takes 21 days to build a habit, 90 days to build a lifestyle. So for 21 days, put away, and the money doesn't have to be, I'm going to put away £10 every day. No, you can put away 10p every day. But it's just the act of physically putting money away, whether that's transferring it from one account to another, whether that's physically putting money into a money box. That discipline is what will build up that habit. And after 21 days, or if you do it for like, I encourage people to do it for like a month or 30 days. After that, you'll figure out and you'll be like, right, this is actually all right.
Yeah.
If I've been putting away 10p every day, you feel like, oh, like I've got money saved, but this is nothing now. Now I want to increase it from 10p to £5 or whatever it is, whatever you want to increase it as.
Okay.
But that, just get yourself into that habit is how you start to save. So if you're someone who doesn't have that discipline or struggles to save, or you're someone who dips into their savings every time I put money away, then that's definitely what I'd encourage you to do, to put money away every single day until you build that habit.
Makes sense. So how did you, like when you first started saving, I guess it's probably from a very young age.
Yeah.
Was it, I feel like, did you have help from your parents to help instill that discipline in you? Like, how did you practically start? Did you then say to yourself, hey, cool, today I'm going to spend maybe £10 and leave £5? Mm-hmm. Like, how did you go about doing that?
I think there was quite a few instances that made me save. Like,
Okay.
I mentioned two. So one was, I know a lot of people's parents, you know, when they get like birthday money, Christmas money, they'll take that money and they probably would never see it back. Thankfully, our parents were not like that.
Yeah.
But they'd already encourage me, like, if I got it for Christmas, we'd come back and mom would be like, right, where's your money? Go and get your money box, put it inside, leave it there. You don't need it. And if you want to spend it, let me know and we can, like, there's no issue. You can spend your money, but we'll go out and do that. So I got used to just putting money away. And a lot of times I didn't have any goals. So I just put it away. And then when I decided, oh, actually, I want this. Oh, how much money have I got? Oh, I'm still a bit short. I'm going to keep saving until I get that. That's what I did. And then there was a point where in year 9, so, you know, we all had that like 11.15 Oyster card free. Card, right?
Yeah.
I lost mine and I'd lost it. So I had mine for 2 years, didn't lose it, lost it. And then I got a new one. I lost it 2 weeks later after that. So my mom said, as punishment, beginning of year 9, she said, as punishment, I'm not buying you another Oyster card for this whole year.
Damn.
And so my mom and my dad did not buy it for me. So you can imagine, like, from school, I was walking home. If I wanted to go out with my friends, I had to budget in my travel card, because how am I going to travel? I have no Oyster card. So from there, like, it always taught me, right, okay, if mom gave me £30, my travel card is £4.20. So I've only got, let's say, technically £25 to spend, but I'm only going to aim to spend 15.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure for next time that I'm okay. Because I know if mom gives me £10 next time, I've still got an extra £10 from last time.
Makes sense.
You see what I mean? So I got used to budgeting and saving in that sense, because mom forced me.
Yeah.
Forced me with no Oyster card. Literally, when I started.
That's crazy.
I think when year 9 finished and summer started, that's when she put me an Oyster card.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but she told me I'm not buying you one because you lost it.
But in the long run, it helped, because having that obligation of having to pay for that travel card, it helped you to save. Yeah. It must have been crazy, bro. Yeah. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. Crazy. But yeah, when I remember you made a thread about help to buy ISA.
Yeah.
And obviously, I was someone who, I feel like, let me be honest, I feel like when you first came about, I think that's when I first started to properly go deeper into financial stuff. Obviously, before, I was just saving, but you know what I'm saying, like, there wasn't really any thought behind it. I didn't really know what I was saving for or what, you know what I'm saying. So I feel like you helped by ISA. Do you want to just explain that? Because I feel like there was a lot of confusion especially with me and my friends, like they were saying, "Oh, there's no point. It's a scam," or like, yeah.
Far
So,
from a scam.
but yeah,
At
do you
all.
wanna just clarify?
What is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Help to Buy ISA is closed now. It closed last year, November. So November 2019. But the Help to Buy ISA essentially is a savings account, and it's government backed to help first time buyers like us get on the property market. Because as you can imagine, it's hard, especially in London. Property prices
Yeah.
are ridiculous
Yeah.
here. So it's meant to be a way to help first time buyers get in the market. So what it was is that you'd open up the ISA. In the first month, you could put in a maximum of £1,200 only in the first month. So if you didn't put in that, then you missed that max. Then after that, every month after that was £200 maximum. So if you do the maths, if I was to put in the max each time, so 1,200 and £200 every month, it would take you about 5 years to save up £12,000 deposit. The government gives you 25% on top. So that's £3,000. You'd have £15,000 towards your first house.
Okay.
That is now been superseded, so taken over by the Lifetime ISA, which is what we have right now. So that's free to open for anyone. There's not many provided, so you couldn't walk into like a Barclays or Halifax and open one. It's more like a bit niche banks, but there's still nothing wrong with them. But you can open up a Lifetime ISA, and it's similar things. You open it up, deposit money into there, as opposed to having a monthly max. It's £4,000 per tax year. So tax year is April to April, so you're able to put in £4,000 per tax year, and then the government put on 25% on top. Okay. The difference between the two, the Help to Buy ISA, that bonus that I mentioned, 25%, you have to claim once you're ready to buy your house. So you have to get to this to help you claim that.
Yeah.
The Lifetime ISA gets automatically added on. So if you have one, you'll see that it's worked out how much money you've got in there, how much bonus is going to add on top, and it'll get put into your account for you.
Makes sense. So for everyone who was, I feel like there was a lot of controversy around that for a while about, is it a scam? Because obviously some people, especially on Twitter, were saying, people are just going to do it just for the sake of doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was good to have that cleared up. And also, I think I watched your episode with Hustle Smart, and obviously you were speaking about when you save or when you start saving, you opened up multiple bank accounts.
Yes.
So how did you practically go about doing that? How did you do, like, I think you even saying how you have a standing order, so from one bank account you have to send some type of money to another bank accounts. How do you just want to explain that?
Yeah, so right now as it stands, I think I counted the other day, I have 7 bank accounts.
Okay.
I think. And about 4 actual savings accounts.
Okay.
So I did that for various reasons, but the main reason was just that I wanted to be able to budget my money. And yes, you can physically, use spreadsheets. There's different ways to budget money that works for different people. What worked for me was having my money in different places. So moving, like, let's say I got paid my salary, I'd be like, right, one card is just for travel. So that's my card I always tap for my travel. Then another card is for like lunches, or if I want to dine out with my friends. Another one is just if I want to buy clothes. That's where I'd put my money. So if the money ran out in one account, that's it. I will reach my budget, and that's how I did that. And the standing order I set up when I was 16. So when I was 16, I got my first job working at McDonald's, and my first taste of, like, obviously I was earning money, like I said, in school, but my first taste of actually
of the real world,
earning the real world and earning money.
Yeah.
So my dad was like, right, okay, you've got your first job, you need to actually start saving. And I was like, okay, cool. I didn't know how to save. I didn't even know what standing order was. And he told me, right, you set up standing order. So I set up £5 to leave my main account to my savings account, and that's still there today. Like to this day, every single Friday, £5 will leave my account. And a lot of people may think, oh, that's nothing. That's not really much money. That's £260 a year. Yeah, that just gets put away, and I don't even notice it go.
Literally.
So every single Friday, that leaves my account.
Literally, but I feel like that's something that when I heard you talk about on Hustle Smart, like I was like, wow, that's basically like a cheat code. Basically, like if you have money in different places, it's like, of course, like you can still
of course
money,
you still transfer, but
it's a bit harder, and that's and like you've basically created like a little barrier to stop you from
pretty much. And like in my other accounts, I think only my main account where I get when I was working, I get my salary into. That's where I had all the like the sort codes and account numbers for the other accounts. The other accounts, I don't have them, so now I have to work extra hard and be like, oh, what's that sort code? So I copy it in, what's my account number? And it's going to deter me from doing it. I was like, oh, money's done, it's done.
Yeah, literally. And also, I think you see when like I've seen when you came here, not even to be rude, but I was surprised by your car.
Yeah, my little Kia.
Yeah, so
my mini Kia.
like a lot of people who would be in your position would probably go and buy the newest car. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I don't see the point. So I passed my test about 4 years ago.
Okay.
And I didn't have a car. I only got a car last year, and my dad bought me the car that you saw. So he bought me like my mini Kia, which is like my first car. And I know people who have got Mercedes and
Yeah.
BMW 20 plates, all
what
that
I'm
brand
saying.
new cars, but they're
Financially,
on
yeah.
a car finance for the
Yeah.
next 4 years, paying
Yeah.
£450, £500 a month.
Yeah.
Whereas my car's bought outright, my insurance has been paid outright. The only thing I pay for on a recurring basis is petrol.
Petrol, yeah.
And if I choose not to drive, I don't pay petrol.
Yeah.
So everything's been paid outright. So yes, okay, they might be driving a flashy car,
Yeah.
amazing, but you have debts coming out your ears.
Literally.
Whereas for me, I am debt free with my car,
Yeah.
and my car's great.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, people buy flashy cars. Some people, if obviously not exact percentages, but I say probably about 10% of people buy a flashy car for themselves. The other 90% of people who buy flashy cars buy it for other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really care what people think about my car.
Yeah.
I love my car. It gets me from A to
Literally.
B. I really don't care.
Like when I saw, I was like, raw, like that just kind of made me gain a bit more respect for you, because you could easily when I went on and just brought the newest car. So like for me to like I was like, raw, like that's crazy, because I feel like a lot of people, they'll just go about, oh, I've got this money, let me just go buy this, so people know that I'm, you know what I'm saying?
No, I mean,
so,
if I get a new car, because I probably will, because I've had that car for a minute now. It's only like a first car.
Yeah.
But when I get my car, it'll be at a point where it'll be bought outright.
Yeah.
Insurance will be paid outright.
Yeah.
So if I have a new car, it's not like, wow, she must be financing it.
Yeah,
Like, no, that car's mine.
Yeah, literally. So people, just if you wanna buy something nice, make sure that you are able to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't just buy something just for people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when I saw that, I was like really surprised actually. But yeah, now I just wanna go into university. So obviously, I feel like a lot of students, when they get to university, their finance skills or their finance skills are really tested. So how was your university journey in terms of finance? How was it for you?
So first year, I moved out from London. I went to Coventry. First year, this was my first taste of freedom. I'm just like, oh, brilliant, away from home. When I tell you, my dad had to beg me to come home to see him.
Wow.
I did not come back home. And it was amazing, except that I didn't get enough student loan.
Okay.
So I got just about enough to cover my rent.
Yeah.
That was it. I think I had in the complete total, I think I had about £500 left over.
Wow.
For the whole year to be able to feed me.
Wow.
And that's obviously not feasible.
Yeah.
So I found myself in some debt because I opened up a student overdraft. My dad was like, "I'll just get that and live off that." That's £1,000. Okay, right?
Yeah.
And then I was just like, "Okay, well that's done, right?
Yeah.
What do I do now?"
Yeah.
So obviously the £500 is split up into three because you get 3 payments. So I'm not really getting much of that.
Yeah.
And then I just had to. I think my final installment, I literally had no money. I had like £20 to my name.
Wow.
So I had to. I think I took off £300 or £400 from my rent to be able to live.
Yeah.
So I paid them, but I didn't pay them enough. So I found myself in that debt.
Yeah.
I tried to ask my dad to pay for it. My dad said, "No, you'll figure it out." Because my dad literally said this will be a lesson.
Wow.
And you'll thank me for it one day. And obviously, as you can imagine, I remember I was struck. I didn't want to talk to him. I was like, "My dad doesn't love me." All of this.
Yeah.
But I figured it out. I got a job, and this story is crazy. So I was in first year. Like I said, in that debt, needed a job. My friend was working in London, so she was in London, and she was working in a retail store, and she was like, "Look, I can get you an interview. They'll come and see you, blah blah." And I had no money to my name, so they offered me an interview. She paid for my coach down.
Wow.
She sent me money for like my Oyster card, so I tapped it, went to the interview, and she paid for my coach back up to Coventry. And I literally was like, "Please God, please let me have this job." Because I literally, like, obviously my friend was amazing. She gave me that money to be able to do that.
Literally.
I was like, "Please God, I hope to get this job because I need it."
Yeah.
I got the job the following week, and then I think she helped me. She paid for me to come back down, and then when I was at home, the job was an hour walk from my house. I walked for a month there and back, so I was doing 2 hours every single day. And bearing in mind, I was working. I think I was scheduled to work like 16 hours. I think because I was in debt, I was working 36 hours a week. So I was walking back and forth. I don't know what shift I had. I was walking because I couldn't afford to take the bus.
Wow.
And then I finally got my pay, paid her back, paid anyone else that I owed money.
Yeah.
I took her out to dinner. I thanked her so much because if it wasn't for her, I would have been in that sticky position. But that taught me so much about money.
Yeah.
That situation.
I think in a way that was like your turn back moment then.
Yeah,
because
100%.
literally, like you were literally at a crossroad where you're on the way down, but then you just came back up.
Thankfully to her. Like,
literally that's really inspiring. But yeah, so moving on to second year.
Yes.
I guess the first year gave you the experience to, so it gave you, and like I need to pattern out now. So how did you go about second year with knowing what you went through. And
See, second year was great. It was great. I was earning my money. I was still working in London because you earn more money in London than you do in the Midlands. So I was coming back every weekend to work. I had money to just commute back and forth. I had money to eat out if I wanted to. I didn't really much when I was in uni. I was cooked more. But if I wanted to go out, I could go out. I had money. Like, money wasn't an issue for me. There was no worries in that sense for me. And then there came a point towards the end of second year where I was 20, I think. What are you second year? 20? Oh yeah, no, my birthday gone. I was 20.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, 20.
So I was there, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna apply for a credit card. I'm gonna be grown and apply for a credit card." So I applied for one, and I didn't hear back from them for like 2 days. So I was like, "Okay, I guess I got declined. Fine."
Yeah.
My credit score was fine, like not amazing because I'm young. But I was like, it was decent.
Decent, yeah.
So I applied for another one. They approved me on the spot. I was like, brilliant, I got a credit card. And then little did I know that I got the first one as well. So I got 2 credit cards with a 1K limit. And I was like, I said, lads, Nando's on me, mate. And I literally splashed that cash ridiculously. Obviously, like, people probably hear that and think, but you know, but you knew about finances. Yeah, but I'm still young. So when you give money to a young person, they're gonna splash it. So even though I know better, and I did know better, I was just like, I'm gonna live my life.
Yeah, literally.
If anyone wants to go out, it's on me. It's on me. It's your birthday. Yeah, I got you. Drinks all night. That was me because I had the money. And then obviously I ran out the 2K debt. I was making for a period of time. I was just making the minimum payments and not really seeing it decrease because obviously you get the interest, which basically counteracts the minimum payment. And I was like, no, I can't live this life. I was like, I can't live this life at all. So then I worked, made sure I cut it down. In my third year, my rent was a lot cheaper. So I just used my student finance to get rid of both of those debts. And that was that. I just threw it on there. One of my installments, I just said it's going to hurt me, I know, but
just done it.
Being debt-free is going to be way better.
Yeah, literally.
So I just threw it on there, got rid of the debt on both credit cards, and I was done.
Literally, that's mad. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I had so many temper moments. It's ridiculous.
Literally.
Hopefully I've learned now. I hope I've learned.
Literally. But yeah, man, so third year. Let's go into third year.
Third year, yes.
So third year, I guess you had 2 years experience.
Yep.
And you clearly knew better. Let's assume
I did.
that.
I 100% knew better. 100%.
So did you do better?
I did way better.
Okay.
Third year was definitely a much better time for me. Third year, like I said, I got my student finance. Everything was cool. I mentioned in last week's episode, I was working in Apple.
Yeah.
So I was working Apple over Christmas of third year. So, like from like October to December or to January. I was working there. So obviously that was good money. Working Apple was good money. But they didn't keep me on. So then I went back to Coventry and I was like, okay, cool. Like where I had this extra income plus my student loan, I don't have that anymore. But it's fine. Student loan's more than enough. And then they called me back. They wanted me to come back.
Okay.
Like about a month afterwards. I was like, oh, brilliant, back.
Yeah, literally.
So then I got my money back, working in Apple. A lot actually happened to me. I actually broke my hand that year as well.
Wow.
So, yeah, a lot happened to me. But financially, I was way better because I was saving more. Even the time when I told you I broke my hand, I couldn't work for a month. I couldn't do anything for a month. Yeah. But I had savings to live off, thankfully.
Yeah,
thankfully, because that was a long period.
Okay.
So I was way better for you.
Okay, so how would you... So speaking to someone, let's say that you're speaking to someone who's entering into university for the first time. What advice do you give someone? Like, what do you say to them?
I will tell someone, budget your money. Budget your money. I know, because I know for me, that was the first time I'd ever seen thousands in my account. I was like, what? Yeah. This is crazy. And I know the kind of that feeling. Yeah. But as quick as it comes, it can go. Yeah. So budget your money. When I was in uni, in second year especially, I didn't spend more than £10 on my shopping, like my food shopping. Wow. It was £10 food shop. That was it. Wow. That was
How long did that last you for?
Like for every week. So I did £10 a week, so £40 a month. Whereas some of my friends, I remember one of my friends, I went shopping with her. I spent, like I said, £10. She came back £95 on food shopping. Damn. This girl didn't even eat. She didn't even eat food. £95. Damn. But that shows you, because she didn't really budget. She kind of said, I'm going to buy a few things. Yeah. And she came out, she'd get a cab back to our house because she bought so many. Yeah. She had like 10 bags for no real reason. So I made sure to always budget my money. £10 shops. Obviously, some weeks would be even cheaper because I'd be like, I don't really need much. Yeah, just kind of stocking up the essentials, eggs, milk, that kind of thing. But I'll just say definitely budget your money, however that looks like, whether it's the method I said before, having different bank accounts, whether it's using the budget spreadsheet, whether it's writing down lists every week, but budget your money, because that was, as you can hear from my stories, that was the killer for me.
Crazy. So, like apart from credit, having multiple accounts and the spreadsheet, do you know any apps that people can use
Yeah, of
to
course.
try and help them to save, like to make life a bit easier for them?
Yeah, so if you are a customer of Monzo or Starling Bank, they both do this option called roundups. So every time you make a purchase, they will put the extra change in savings for you. So if I make a purchase of £2.59, they'll put away 41p into my savings.
Okay.
The good thing with Starling as well is you're able to do like multiples. So if for example, £2.59 I spend, if it's times 1, they'll put away 41p. If it's times 2, they'll put away 82p.
Okay.
Times
Makes
5,
sense.
times 10. So it depends on how
Makes sense.
much you want to kind of like push it with savings. So they're really good. So definitely if you're a customer of Monzo or Starling, make use of that.
Makes sense.
If not, that's fine. You can use apps such as Plum, like it's in the fruit Plum.
Yep.
That does the same thing. So there's roundups, and it also will. What I love about Plum is that it will basically, so you connect your bank account to it, so you can see your balance in there, and it can read your balance, and it will, for the first week when you first get it, or first couple of days, it will kind of assess how much money do you have in there, how much do you spend, and then from there it will have a weekly deposit. So I think it's every Wednesday it's set that it will come to you on Wednesday and be like, hi, we've worked out that we're going to put away X amount for you, and it'll put that away in savings for you.
Okay.
So if you're someone who gets money in but spends a lot, it will, give you a lower amount. If you're someone who just has money sitting there, it'll say, okay, we can afford to put a bit more in there. And it kind of adjusts the amount it puts away depending on how much money's in your account.
Okay.
I think that's really good because it uses AI and, robotics to do all that, which is really cool. There's also an app called Tandem, Tandem, does a similar thing to Plum. It does roundups, you connect your account. And both of them also let you know if there's some bills where you can, you could actually like save money here by switching here.
Yeah.
They both tell you that as well. And there's an app called Chip, which does the same thing. It'll put money away for you, and you can create different goals in there. So like in Chip, I might have like a car goal. I want to save up for a new car. So every time it puts money in, it puts it into that pot. I can see it percentage-wise how close am I to my goal.
Okay, makes sense. So so just want to go into speaking about obviously there's 2 questions that I feel like they're really infamous on Twitter.
Go for it.
Okay, so
come across it, go on.
Cool. So if you received 100 million, okay, let's see, if you received £1 million today, what would you do with it? Because you hear like people say, okay, I'm going to invest into stocks, trades, or
People
whatever.
say that. I asked that question the other day, and people were just like, invest. And I said, invest in what? And then I didn't get a reply.
Literally.
Because no one knows. They just say, I'll invest, obviously.
Literally. So so coming from a financial guru, what would you do if someone gave you £100, £100, a million pounds straight into your account? What do you do with it?
If it was today, like right now, I would, and it might surprise some people, I would buy a house. So I'd use that as a deposit. I wouldn't buy it outright. I think I'd use deposit, get a mortgage, get a house. I would also buy a new car.
Okay.
And I think whatever's left over, I will probably do like a 40-60 split. So I put 40% into savings and 60% invested in, probably spread my risk, put some in some funds, invest in individual shares, but I will invest 60%.
Okay.
Only because a lot of people say I'd invest the whole thing, but investments aren't liquid. So with regards to that, I mean that you can't, if I need money tomorrow, I can't be like, oh, let me just go and sell my investments.
Yeah.
Investments take about 2 weeks to vest and be sold to get your money back from it. So if you need money urgently, that's not a good place to hold your money. So it's worthwhile having some in savings that if I need money tomorrow, I can just go, transfer it. It's instant or like 1 hour wait max.
Okay.
So that's probably what I do.
Okay. So
house, car, invest, save.
Okay. So people, it's okay to spend. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people are scared to say, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that.
I'd buy arrangement. Are you
you know
mad?
what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'll drop 40k easy. Are you mad? Go on, you'll see me in arrange. Done.
See that? So yeah, man, it's okay to spend money. Like, I feel like people are really, like when they think about saving or trying to get to, or try to be wealthy, they want to, like, they feel like you have to save and basically, what's that word? When you have to save and basically
sacrifice.
Yeah, and it might be a bit painful. Like I feel like people think that you need to go through pain to save money. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you can enjoy and you know what I'm saying?
That's what I always tell people. I'm like, life is to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
And enjoy it within reason.
Yeah.
Don't go and say I have £100 to my name, I spend £100 today.
Yeah.
That's dumb. Yeah. That's just dumb.
Literally.
But if you have £100 to your name and you're like, you know what? Life isn't the best, but I still want to enjoy myself. Go and spend £30. Go and eat out, but then make sure you have £70 to save, or you covered your bills, whatever it is. As far as I'm concerned, as long as bills have been covered, and you've got money in savings, then the rest.
Literally.
If you want to buy new trainers, go and buy new trainers. If you want to go and buy clothes, you want to go and eat out, whatever it is that makes you happy, go and do it. Because I'm telling you, I do it, and I'm someone who talks about saving money regularly. I go and enjoy myself the same way.
So I think also another thing you spoke about in Hustle Smart's podcast was you went, I think last year you went on 5 holidays, I believe.
Yes.
So, and to someone who's known as a saver, that's kind of absurd. You know what I'm saying? So how did you do that? Like, how did you?
That's a good question.
Budget, and how did you do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I did this when I was in uni. So when I told you,
and that's even more crazier.
Yeah, so when I told you I was just living off like student loan.
Yeah.
And I don't think I used any of my student loan actually for my holiday. I think it's just my wages I was using.
Wow.
And I was working 16 hours a week, so I was working part time. And I still went on all these holidays. How did I do that? So it was a mixture of being disciplined with my money and finding the right deals. So I'm sure you've probably seen, I'm an advocate of screaming ice cream cashback to the moon and back.
Yeah.
But cashback, honestly, using the cashback sites like Top Cashback or Quidco is like a lifesaver. So when I'd be booking like my flights, you can get cashback there. I was booking hotels, I get cashback. Yeah. So if I can get like 10% cashback, for example, and a hotel's cost me £200, I get £20 back. It might not seem like a lot, but
it's still money
back. It all adds up, right?
Still money.
So I do that. There are so many different apps which allow you to find cheap flights. So for example, when I went to Prague with my best friend, and we didn't know where we were gonna go. I was going for, I was like, I don't know, where should we go? So go somewhere we haven't been before. Prague, and I saw Prague, and I was like, do you want to go to Prague? She's like, oh, that sounds cool. Like,
where is Prague? Is that
Czech Republic?
Okay, I was gonna say Russia, but go on. Sorry.
No, but we'd heard that Prague is like really cool. Like it's got like it's nice to see, and like the nightlife is quite cool. So we're like, okay, let's go Prague, and our flights were £60 return, so there and back £60.
Wow.
I went to Italy, which was £30 return, so £50 each way.
Wow.
You see what I mean? But I was just using these apps and shopping savvy to do that, and quite often, I think in all these places bar one. So the only holiday which I say cost me money, and I don't think you can get it cheaper, was I went to Hong Kong.
Hong Kong was
money. Yeah. You can't look at it anyway. You're going like 17 hours. It's going to be money, right? Yeah. But all the other ones, it was way cheaper to stay in an Airbnb. And obviously you have the whole wherever is apartment to yourself. Everywhere I went, I got Airbnb, cheap flights. And a lot of people think that to enjoy your holiday, you have to go and splash the cash. When I went to Prague, I don't think we spent more than like £100 out there. When I went, and we were there for 3 days. When I went to Italy for 4 days, I think I did spend more than £150 out there. Wow. But I still had great times. Yeah. Like I was doing activities, I was eating out, I was doing all that, but I didn't spend more than that money because you don't have to.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Literally, yeah. That's really, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And that was all on my wages. Yeah. So I was working part-time. That was all my wages. I was spending that money.
Wow. So that's mad. I'm actually shocked because to go on holidays while you're in uni, I don't think I've ever heard.
Best. Yeah, literally. I was doing my best, mate.
Literally.
I literally told my people, I'd be like, yeah, guys, I'm gone, and I'll see you next week lectures. I'm gone.
That's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I just want to go into side hustles. So obviously I feel like in uni, it's probably the best time to find a side hustle. So you started doing illustrating.
Yep.
And also haircutting.
Yep.
How did you find those? Did you find out about those side hustles in uni? Or did you find them out before uni and then did you really utilize them during uni?
Yeah. So first year I did absolutely nothing, so I got in a debt. Second year was when I was trying to like discover myself, and I was like, I'm in uni, let me figure out me, right? And second year was when I was like, so prior to that, I didn't really like wear wigs. You know, I saw loads of doing it, and that's when I kind of started wearing wigs. And I was like, oh, I want this color. That color's kind of cool. So that's when I started learning how to do that, teach myself how to do that for the purpose of myself, right? And then I decided, actually, that's when I told you the influencer kind of approached me and said, can you do my hair? So I did her hair, and she's like, right, you need to start. She gave me like a week to start a page. So I'm going to promote you in a week's time. Which is a page I can tag. So I was like, okay, cool. So in that process, I was like, right, I need a logo. So I went to my friend who was studying architecture, and I was like, can you make me a logo? I'll pay you. That's absolutely fine. I just want a logo because I need to start this page. And she was like, no. And I was like, what do you mean, no? Are you rude? I was like, I'm going to pay you. Did you not hear what I said? I'm going to pay you money. Yeah. And she was like, no, I'm going to teach you. You're going to learn it yourself.
Crazy.
And I remember at first I was like, no, I don't want to learn. I just want you to do it for me. This is so long. And she's like, no, you'll thank me for it later. Sit down. Let's learn. And when I tell you, we spent hours. So we didn't live together, but like she'd be on FaceTime to me till 3-4 in the morning.
Wow.
I'd be showing her what I've done. I'd be like, right, she'd be like, right, this is the control you need to do, and do that. So she taught me how to do the basics of illustration. So I used it to create my logo. Really cool logo, did that. And I was like, okay, cool, got my logo done. delete Illustrator from my laptop. I'm good. I'm done.
Literally.
Purpose done.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think about a month after that, I was like, actually, that was quite fun to do. You know.
Yeah.
I reinstalled it. I did it for fun, and I used to just put it on my Instagram story and be like, here's what I've done. Or put it in my Snap and be like, yeah, I did this. And then all of a sudden, people were just like, oh, can you create this logo for me? Oh, can you illustrate this for me? I've got someone's birthday. Can you actually like illustrate them and blah blah? And it just
Popped off from there.
Yeah. And then luckily I supported friends around me who were just like, no, just do it. Like this could be a real business. So then I was doing that for a while. Yeah, that's it. But it all kind of like sustained me through uni. So to the periods where I wasn't, for example, working, hair curling was giving me enough money to live. Illustration was giving me enough money to live. Yeah. So it was good.
That's really good. I feel like you really have supportive friends that really helped to boost you and helped
definitely.
you to pull you through.
Definitely.
Yeah. One more Twitter question.
Go for it.
To end things off.
Yeah.
So I think you've probably seen this about, would you rather have dinner with Jay-Z? And I don't know, obviously Jay-Z is known to be a businessman, whatever, and all receive £100,000. Which one would you pick? Because I think people say, oh, Jay-Z, I'd rather learn how to make money than get money. Like, there's an argument. So, what would you pick?
I picked the £100,000.
Okay. Reason being?
Because Jay-Z and all these other business moguls like Jeff Bezos, whoever you want to pick, all amazing individuals who are killing it in what they do. But a lot of it is through trial and error. And there's so many resources online that... Cause the thing is, you can sit down with Jay-Z and he just... fills you with knowledge and you think, wow, I know exactly how to make money. And you go home, wake up the next day and do exactly the same thing you were doing the day before. Yeah. It's all about whether or not you're going to implement it. Yeah. And I would just take the money. Yeah. And just be like, if I have a business idea already, I'm going to invest in my business. I'm actually going to take the courses online. I'm going to sit down and study. I don't think there is value in these individuals, absolutely, but not enough that I'd turn down 100K.
Yeah. See, so people, it's like, it's really okay. Like the financial guru herself is saying she's going to take like the peas in it. So yeah, man, literally. But yeah, thank you so much for coming again.
Thank you for having me.
I'll see you lot next week. Another episode, #the Pep Talk. Make sure you like, you comment, and you have to subscribe, man. But yeah, man, see you lot later.